Hey guys, now just let you know that I have two channels, and some of my videos are put on both channels if they're relevant. One channel is about security in regard with everything, and one channel is about more cyber life and peaceful living and meditation and things like that. Whereas one's more specifically about security physically wise, mentally, politically, financially. So there you go. I'll put a link to my other channel. So in this particular video, guys, will be about cybersecurity while traveling. Unique and secure tips for peaceful digital living. Okay, so we'll have a look at staying digitally secure while traveling. No stress, no fear. Okay, now I also put a link. I've got some apps that you can have a look at. I've actually got a website that's got apps, and one of them is to do with, for instance, all my apps you can use offline. So that there's one, for instance, a receipt tracker, so keeping your receipts secure. But anyway, I'll put a link to that as well. And also, guys, don't forget, I'll put a link to if you want to protect yourself, protect your loved ones. I'll put a link to a self-defense company that I've been with for at least 10 years, and you can become a an instructor. If you can get the package, instructor package. Anyone can become an instructor. You just gotta, if you want to become an instructor, they ask that you go for the training. That takes about a year, and then you can buy the package, and everything's online. So if you're overseas anywhere, you can have remote work anywhere, and there's that particular business. It's close combat. It's not just your typical martial arts. Okay, it's close combat. It's for, when the proverbial hits the fan. In real street fights and etc., there's no submitting, there's no rules. Okay, and so this self-defense is for that particular instance, and I'll leave a link to that. But anyway, let's get on with today's topics. So digital defense moves that you can do while you're traveling to do with cybersecurity, that'll keep you your computers, etc., mobiles safe while traveling. Okay, guys. Now, first tip: use a travel device profile. So create a separate user profile or device with minimal sensitive data. Treat it like a burner setup, just enough to work, nothing to lose. So basically, guys, what you do, if I can find it here, is, let me move this down a bit. Well, here it is. Here's that, but I'll show you. You can get them on Amazon. So basically, you might have seen burner phones on programs, movies like Born Supremacy, etc., where they use it once and then they throw it away, type thing, or they use it and they use it for calling, and that's it, and they don't put any of their personal details on there. Okay, so what is a burner phone and how do you use it? What is a burner phone? A burner phone is a disposable prepaid mobile phone intended for short-term use before being discarded. Okay, and now this is a good article. I will leave a link to that, or you can read through that at your own pace as I go down there, but I'll leave a link to it, guys. Now I'll just show you, Amazon's got some so here we go. I mean, I wouldn't spend too much money on burner phones, guys, because you know you're not going to use them much. So anyway, that's burner phones. Okay, now second tip: install a kill switch app. So use apps like, you might already have a thing on your phone where you can, you know, it might be called Find My Phone or whatever, but there are also apps where you can do the same thing. So you can use apps like Pray or Cybersecurity, I think that's how you say it, to remotely wipe or lock your device. Bonus tip, set up geofencing alerts for automatic protection. Okay, now let's have a look here. Hold on. So here is what AI says. Pray and Cerberus are remote device tracking and security apps that help you locate and protect lost or stolen devices, and there's how to set it up. Pretty basic, you know, just go on to the relevant app stores and download it. Okay, so what do we got next? Okay, disable auto connect on your phone and Bluetooth. Okay, prevent silent connections to road networks or devices. Always manually approve connections. Okay, do not have on your phone, do not have it on auto connect, especially when you're out and about. Okay, because it can automatically connect, which is not a good thing. So set it up so that you have to approve any connections, because if you've got an auto connect, anybody could, you know, any rogue networks can get in there. Okay, so next tip: use a privacy focused DNS. Okay, now what is DNS? Domain Network System. Okay, so like, what is a privacy focused DNS that you can use? Basically, I wouldn't worry about the you know, what DNS means and that. Basically, it's when you connect up to websites or whatever, they go and look for a domain name. They turn the domain name into a what do you call it? You know, as you probably know, when you go to a website, they change the DNS changes the domain name into a IP, internet P provider. Okay, so let's have a look at this. So there's the, you know, turn off. We talked about that. Turn off Wi-Fi. Turn off Wi-Fi, guys. Okay. Do not have it on auto connect. Now here's about both NextDNS and Control ID, Control D block trackers. Okay, they block trackers, malware, and ads. A simple way to upgrade your digital hygiene. Okay, so privacy focused as well. So they just block things so they can't get in there and cause trouble. As we can see here, advanced threat protection, user-friendly interface, etc. These are some of the things that you need to do anytime, not just when you're overseas, guys. Okay. Now there's a thing called network hygiene. So basically, you've got all this. Okay, you don't want to just you know, these are not just. You want to get used to, as you get up in the morning, you have a shower, you brush your teeth. You want to set a similar habitual list of things to do with your IT, your phone, your computer. Okay, so for instance, network hygiene. Create a VPN ritual before connecting to any network. Pause, breathe, activate your VPN. Now, what is a VPN? VPN is a virtual private network. So say you live in Australia, you get a VPN, and you can pick a country that the VPN will provide you with an IP, an address, that, so it looks like you are in France. So even though you're living in Australia, the VPN will provide you a list of countries that you can pick, and so then it would look like, to people who are trying to get into your system, it'll do two things. It'll look like you live in France or wherever, whichever country you pick, and any information will be encrypted. Okay? Now, so make that part of your routine. Now, this is another part of the network hygiene that you should get used to, get into the habit of. Okay, use a mobile hotspot or eSIM. This is more particularly for when you're traveling, etc. Okay, so local SIMs or global eSIMs like Airolo or Holofly offer safer encrypted connections. Okay, avoid public Wi-Fi when possible, guys. Okay, do not plug in at airports. Do not charge your phones at airports. Okay, because especially if they have the chargers there. If you've got your own charger, that's okay, but if there's a charger, do not plug into those. There are chargers out there that can actually, once you plug in, they have access to your phone. Okay, now rotate MAC addresses. If you're up with the play, have a look what MAC is. It's basically every device has an address that is specifically for that device. It's not the IP, it's actually the hardware, and it has an address. Okay, this helps avoid tracking across networks and add a layer of privacy. Now, avoid logging into sensitive accounts while abroad. Okay, use a password manager. So while you're overseas traveling around, use a password manager to generate one-time passwords or temporary logins. Keep your core accounts untouched. Use Decoy folders. Okay, store harmless files in visible folders to distract casual snoopers. So it's like what they call it in cybersecurity, like a honeypot, where people are attracted to it, and it's just it might have your create some false information, and they'll go after that instead of your real information. Keep your real data encrypted elsewhere. Okay, practice digital minimalism before departure. Remove apps, clear caches, log out accounts you won't need. Less surface area means less risk. Okay, now one thing I did forget here, guys, which is I skipped over. Use carry what they call a USB data blocker. These tiny adapters will let you charge. This is what I was going on about. Never use a charging cord at airports or any public place. Do not do it. Okay, hackers can leave their chargers there. There's go and have a look. There's a charger you can buy. It's called OMG, the OMG charging cord. Now what that cord can do, if you plug into that, and it looks exactly like any charging phone you'll get from, for Apple or whatever. It's white, and people, if they don't think, they'll just stick it into their phone, and there's a little program in there. In that, there's a little interface, program, computer interface that takes control of your device. Okay, so don't do that. So if you do want to plug in at airports or anywhere in public, carry a what's called a USB data blocker. These tiny adapters let you charge safely without exposing your data. Perfect for airport lounges and cafes. Now what have we got? Here we go. Now, do you need excuse me, USB data blocker? Now I'll leave a link for this because this is an excellent article. Do you need a USB data blocker when you travel? And there it is there. You stick that into the charging. There's a charger there. It blocks anything like it blocks, basically what it does, like it says, it blocks any data while you're charging. It blocks any data going out of your phone, okay? In cybersecurity, that's called, it's a DLP. So a data blocker is basically a DLP, data loss prevention tool, okay? If you use USB charging stations at airport, hotel, convention, do you need this? Short answer there, definitely, okay? And guys, akin to this, similar to this ideas, never, if you see a USB, what do you call it, fire stick or whatever, on the ground anywhere, do not pick it up and plug it into your computer, okay? If you see one of these or a USB stick on the ground, do not pick it up. Do not pick it up and put it into your computer unless you're a cybersecurity, you know something about cybersecurity, and your whole system is set up so that it's protected. Do not plug any. If you find one of these anywhere, a USB stick, do not plug them into your computers, because once again, they can take control of your computer and do things like, for instance, they can have a keylogger on in them, okay? So you plug it in, you think, oh, this is nice, here's a grocery list, someone's written their nice little grocery list down on their USB stick. But what's happening in the background is they'll have, for instance, this is just one thing it could be doing, it might have a program called a keylogger in it, and once you plug that in, everything that you type on your computer, it will be making a note of it. So as soon as you go to type in your password, you'll be typing in your password, etc., and they've got you. And that's just one thing they can do, okay? I'll leave a link for this article as well. It's a great article, and thanks to the guys who wrote this. What is a US data blocker? A US data is a small gadget that blocks the data pins on your charging cable, sometimes referred as a USB condom or juice jack defender. So there, you can plug in. Now, so you plug this into the wall, because in the wall there can be programs and, you know, bad little things, programs in there that someone set up. Okay. Do you need a blocker? Hackers can introduce malicious malware through US ports at public charging stations. The practice as juice jacking refers to daddy bloody. Now, you can come and have a look at this article, or like I say, I'll leave a link. And this tells you what is the best data blocker, etc. So come and have a look at this. It's got a list of some other ways to protect your data. Use your own charging cable, use your own charging blocks, use VPN, like I've said, pack a fully charged external power pack. So there you go. So I'll leave a link to that. And that, guys, is about it. So stay safe out there. To summarize, get a burner phone or phone that you only use for emergencies. Get a kill switch app like Prey or Cerberus. Disable auto connect to Wi-Fi's. Use a privacy focused DNN. Get one of these USB data blockers. Always activate your VPN. Use a mobile hotspot or eSIM when overseas that's encrypted. Rotate your MAC addresses. Avoid logging into sensitive accounts while abroad. So, you know, don't log into your accounts with all your finances on, for example. You can use Decoy folders. Personally, I wouldn't worry about Decoy folders. But that's just me. But if you want to, you can. That's just in case they get in. But to cover that, just encrypt everything. Practice digital minimalism before you travel. So before you go, remove anything you're not going to use. Okay. Start each day with a security check-in. So here's the, like, brushing your teeth. Check your VPN, scan for updates, review permissions, and breathe. Use airplane mode. Use airplane mode as a mindful reset. Okay, that's another thing you can do. When you're not using your phone, you're out and about, you can turn it on to airplane mode. Okay, 5 or 10 minutes. I'm sure you can do without your phone. If there's any emergencies, 5 or 10 minutes. Just if you're in a built-up area and there's heaps of people, millions of people, and you're worried at all, just turn your phone on airplane mode, and that cuts out everything basically. So put it on airplane mode. Use it during meditation, meals, nature walks. Disconnect and protect. Digital silence, powerful. So, cybersecurity isn't just defense, it's digital mindfulness. Wherever you go, carry peace with you. Subscribe, guys, for more tips in the future, and don't forget I've got 2 channels. Okay, and so I'll be bringing in more tips and things for overseas. Stay safe overseas or at home.